Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I have an exciting unboxing, at least exciting to me. This is from Pen Chalet. They had a pretty good deal on this pen with their recent discount. And I did deliberate for a little while, but I decided to go ahead and buy this pen because it's something I don't have any of, and it's a style that has really intrigued me for a while. So this was one of those early things that I saw, and I'm like, no, not going to do that. That's so ugly. That's so weird. That's so impractical. And yet, what did I do but buy a Pilot Vanishing Point? I really wanted to get the mustardy yellow color. They had that on Amazon, but it was not in the nib size that I wanted. And also it was a steel nib. And this one is a gold nib. And I've only heard and seen positive reviews on this on the things that I've watched. And I can see my light reflecting here. Let me mess with this just a second. Well, you can still see it. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully that'll be gone as soon as I take it out of the box. So this is the Carbonesque. They have a blue and a black Carbonesque. This is the Pilot Vanishing Point broad nib, blue Carbonesque. That's all there is. I didn't know if there's any more to the name. It does come with, there you go. It has the cartridge and then the cartridge cap. That is to protect the cartridge from the internal mechanism. I did watch some videos on this, so I feel a little bit, just a little bit prepared to explore with some degree of knowledge. This is really, really beautiful. Pen Gangsta did a video on the Vanishing Point. She had a black Carbonesque, and she was saying that this is actually a fabric that's designed in a Japanese specific fashion. It's very beautiful. I finally decided to go with the Carbonesque versus any other color because this has some texture, and I thought with this chrome that my hand would want to slide down too much. So I picked this one. I've kind of been drawn to blues lately. So this is what it looks like. It's a click on, click off. That's super fun. And I think I interrupted myself. I wanted the yellow, it was unavailable. So when I looked at Pen Chalet, what they did have was this and several others in more neutral type colors. It's got the little ball thingies, the ball bearings in the converter. It's a very fine nib, as you can see there, a very fine size. It's the broad nib, but it's tiny. Let's see. This will come out of this. And then you fill it, twisting that down first of all, and then back up. I have to decide what ink to put in this. I'm super excited to try writing with this. And then this little notch that's on the nib section, you line up with the little notch in the cap, or what looks like the cap. The cap is, I guess, actually more thick. So this is what I thought would be awkward. The clip there, and then I was playing around with holding a pen that had just upside down to see, and I think it'll actually work just fine for me. I am a lefty, but I thought, well, right-handed people would do it that way. I'd do it that way. It doesn't really switch anything. So let's ink this up. Okay, I'm back. It's inked up. I decided to use a Pilot ink, so I chose Yamabudo, and it's an Iroshizuku ink by Pilot. Let's see. It does feel fun, and I like the chunkiness, the heft to it. This is the regular Vanishing Point. There's also one called the Pilot Decimo, which is the same kind of design, but a narrower pen. So I'm always at a loss for what to write, so we'll just write what this is. Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. I mean, as soon as I put the nib to the paper, it started writing. I have had more trouble with pens, you know, at first it doesn't want to write, and obviously sometimes it needs to work its way down to the nib, to the feed, but this started writing right away. This is the, as you could see, the blue, whoops, Carbonesque. And this is inked with Yamabuno, which is a Pilot ink. And I guess the grouping or the type of ink is in the Iroshizuku. I don't know what that means. Tell me if you do. This, by the way, is a broad. So yeah, I can see how this is going to be a great go-to pen. The writing experience is, it's like flowy, like it's responsive to the nib on paper, if that makes sense. That's got some bit of wet flow, but I wouldn't call it a gusher, but it's very, when I first put the ink down, it's, it feels like a wet flow. It doesn't feel dry, but it doesn't feel like over the top wet. It just feels very adequate and very flowy, like there's no hesitation, there's no scratchiness. Let me see what paper I'm using. I get my notebooks mixed up. Yeah, this is the new, if I'm not mistaken, the new Sanzen Tomoe River. This seems like a good broad nib. I really like it. I know I'm going to use this a lot. I can just tell already. I'm very satisfied, very happy to finally get a gold nib that works right away. Let's try the Cosmo Air. The front of these is where I swatch, but the back is just kind of where I'm writing miscellaneous stuff. This would probably look good with my Ackerman Deepwater Blue in it as well. Let's see. This is what I feel like a broad nib should look like. It's a nice thick line. This feels like what you would expect it to be. It's not overboard, but it's definitely a substantial line, I guess you could call it. I also thought it would be good to try a Pilot ink with my Pilot pen. I do love this. I like that. It's so funny how I was so turned off by that, and then it got to where I kept thinking about it, and I'm like, I just knew it was a matter of time. Oh my gosh, till I took the plunge. So what else can we say? We'll just wrap it up with, this is a very pleasant, smooth, writing experience. Yay. So nice to get something and be satisfied with it right away. I think it helped to watch several reviews, get different people's opinions on it. And I just felt like everything I heard was really pretty positive. So yeah, I'm happy. This, I think, will be enjoyed for a long time. If you have a Pilot Vanishing Point, I'd like to know what inks that you like to use in it. Please comment below on your favorite ink to use with the Vanishing Point, and if you've had experience with the Vanishing Point and what your impression is. Let's see if we can get a nice close-up. I think it's looking a little darker, of course, through my phone, but it is a deep blue, and then the little designs in it are a lighter blue. It's really pretty. It's prettier in person than I feel like it's represented on the websites, which of course is understandable, but really nice. I thought of one more paper to try this on, so I'm just going to add it to this video just in the nick of time as my cough is returning. But this is the Endless paper, or Endless notebook. It's Regalia paper, and I put this down here, and it is super, super nice. Let's see if we can zoom in a little. My fancy handy dandy new lamp I got for Christmas. So just rewrite it, but it comes out really smoothly, more gushy, but not in a bad way, but a steady wet flow of the ink. It feels what I think some people like to describe as buttery smooth. Isn't Oroshizuku the funnest word to write? It's like your brain just kind of takes over in your hand. So, yeah, I'm liking this Regalia paper. So anyway, that's not what this is about, but just wanted to add that. So we tried Cosmo Air Light, we tried the new Sanzen Tomoe River paper, and now the Regalia. And of those three, this one is my favorite, but I don't use this as often, so it may be something I need to look into. It is a delightful paper. I would recommend you try it if you can. It's a good contender. So there, I will let you go for now. Take care, and we'll see you soon.